So guys, welcome back to another video. This video is part of the Kaspa Christmas giveaway series where we'll be giving away Kaspa coin in each video. So this is about educating more people about Kaspa coin and also giving back to you guys. So the way that it works, there'll be 12 word seed phrase hidden in each video somewhere, and you'll have to find each word and input it into a wallet. Then you can unlock the wallet and do whatever you want with the Kaspa coin. Each wallet was made through kaspawallet.io and will be linked in the description. Each wallet is also password protected, but that will also be in the description as well. Make sure you like this video for more of this content and comment down below if you found the seed phrase and got into the wallet. So in this video, we're going to be talking about DAGs and explaining kind of what they are and why they're revolutionary in cryptocurrency. This is going to be a pretty plain and simple guide to kind of what they are, just to bring more awareness and education to what DAGs are and how they function and how it's going to look in the future for DAG in cryptocurrency. So this stands for Directed Acyclic Graph. I have said in the past acrylic. So for any of those old videos, I apologize. Acrylic is not the word, it's acyclic, which basically means it forms part of a cycle, but doesn't cycle back through. So as I said, I'm not going to get too technical with this because I want people to understand it in a simple way so that there's more users that can actually understand the technology behind these new DAGs and more about Kaspa coin in general. But it says here it is in mathematics and graph theory and also computer science, is a directed graph with no directed cycles. That is, consists of vertices and edges. For anyone that's not kind of in that mathematical world, you probably won't understand what any of that means. But with each edge directed from one vertex to another, such that the following directions will never form a closed loop. So it can't actually loop back. So this is a crude picture, I guess. It won't loop back from E to A necessarily. So there's a one loop here, but it's not going to loop back and point backwards into A. So that's a very brief overview of what a DAG is, but we'll explore it a little bit more here. So as we've already said, stands for Directed Acyclic Graph, and is more of a flexible alternative to a linear blockchain. So a blockchain normally is linear, one block after another, and in a DAG network each block can reference multiple previous blocks, creating a graph structure rather than one block after another basically. This allows for parallel processing of transactions, faster confirmation times, and improved scalability compared to traditional chains. So this is why BlockDAG has been such a massive boom in the crypto industry, mainly with Kaspa coin, but there are other cryptocurrencies that utilize it as well. It's because it can allow for faster transactions, confirmation times, and scalability compared to, your older generation cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or even Bitcoin. So a BlockDAG network, each block contains references to one or more parent blocks, forming a directed acyclic graph. This structure allows for transactions to be confirmed in a more efficient and flexible manner, as nodes can choose which blocks to reference and which transactions to process first. This eliminates the need for a single global consensus and enables greater decentralization within the network. So it kind of works off this family tree mechanism. This is just a random picture of a family tree, but you can kind of see how this works. So these would be, in theory, blocks, and they reference into, so you have parents that go into a child, and then there'll be another block here that is also parent blocks that go into a child, and then there'll be parent blocks here that go into a child block. So you have child, parents, and then the parents reference the grandparents, and then these grandparents reference the great-grandparents, and so on and so forth backwards in time until the first block possible on the chain. Benefits of a BlockDAG is improved scalability, allowing for parallel processing of transactions. So if you have two blocks at the same space in time, so two parents, they can reference into this block, and this block can also reference these two blocks backwards in time. And this means for higher transactions and throughput compared to traditional chains. This is crucial for addressing the scalability issues that have plagued many popular blockchain networks such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you can scale a lot more on a BlockDAG just because you can have more blocks that reference backwards. So you don't have to necessarily have a linear 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block. You can have one and then 2 blocks added onto each other, 2 blocks in parallel that can reference back to 1 block. And this improves the scalability of the network. Another advantage of it is resistance to double spending attacks, since transactions are confirmed in parallel rather than in linear. So it's much more difficult for malicious actors to manipulate the transaction history of the network, and that enhances the security of the network. So even if they try to, let's say, attack one chain, it would sprout off, but there might be a block in parallel that would also track back to the parent block, so you could kind of identify where the attack on the network was happening, and those would be removed out very quickly. And then it goes into the future of BlockDAG. As the crypto industry continues to evolve, it's emerging as a promising solution for the scalability and efficiency challenge faced by traditional blockchains. So projects like IOTA, Spectre, and obviously Kaspa are already implementing BlockDAG technology to improve their network's performance and expand the use cases. So it's a very big emerging thing in cryptocurrency, and I think is going to be the way forward just for new cryptocurrencies that are coming on and are developing. It seems like a way more efficient method of actually having transactions on a network whilst also having that scalability and security. And as I said, it kind of works in this family tree. So I'm going to draw out like a normal blockchain that you see here. So we just have a normal chain that we see here. So each block points to each block. You can see there, that's basically what a blockchain is right now. So this is the older generation of what you would see in a blockchain. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, one block, and that can reference back to this block, and then this block reference back to this block, and you can follow it all the way back to the first block. So let's delete these out, and I'll show you what a BlockDAG is right now. So let's say you have a block here, and in parallel you have another block here. So this block can reference this one, and this one can also reference this one. So when you go back through it, you can see that two blocks are referenced. So you can choose which kind of block you want referenced that will reference this one. Either one of these will also have a block header that kind of points back to this one, and so on and so forth. And then you could have one here, and these two would point into this one as well. So you would have this one that contains information from both of these, and these also contain information from the first one. The same works if you want to have three of them at the same time. We can go here and see what it looks like. So this one points here, here, and here. And then you could also have two. So you put two here, and these would reference into this one. This would also reference that one, and also reference here. And this one reference here as well. So you can have multiple points of direction that go in. So you can see you have 2 points that you can reference there that will also reference back to the first one. And you can follow the chain on different blocks if you want to. So this last one that we're seeing here, if we just make it like a whole actual point back to one block here, you can have this block and you can follow the chain to V8, V4, V3, V1, and then Z. Or you could follow it back from V9, V7, V6, V3, V2, and then Z, so to the original block. Or you could take any other pathway, so down here, or you could go this way, or you could go like down here, 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 and then up, and then down. That's mainly what we're seeing with Kaspa Coin right now and what a BlockDAG is. So it basically allows for more transactions and blocks to kind of be confirmed on the network in parallel with each other, so that they also reference blocks before it, and you can follow, hopefully, the chain all the way back to the first block. As I said, that's a very crude example of kind of how it works, but that is the best explanation that I would say in a simple terms that people can understand how it works. So we're not getting into anything too technical, just because I want this to be educationally viable for new users that are coming along that want to kind of understand how this works. And then we have an image right here. So this is kind of the same thing that we just drew out right here. You can see this is a real-time Kaspa Blockchain Explorer. You can see how they point backwards. Obviously, these arrows are in reverse because they're not actually pointing forwards, they are pointing backwards. But you can see that parallel blocks can also reference back through. So if we just hit pause there, you can see that this one references back to this one, but it also references to this one as well, which then references back to this one. So all of these four are connected back into here. You can see that there's a blue line here, which is, what you'd be tracking as the main chain backwards, but you can also reference from other things. And then when you click there, you can kind of see like where all of these are coming from. So you can see this one goes out to here, but it also goes out to here, but tracks back to 2 other blocks. So it can track back to this one, and it can track back to this one as well. And then this one will go back to this one as well. So you can have one that is referenced here that also references this one, but this one will also reference the next one. So these two are connected through to this one. I think it's very complex to understand these things if you're just given like a mathematical paper. So I'm trying to lower the barrier of entry for people to understand kind of why this technology is good and why it's probably going to be the future of cryptocurrency, at least at a block processing level. So let me know your thoughts on this. Leave a comment if you have any questions about DAG, and I'll try and answer them to my best ability. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully one of you got the Kaspa coin from the giveaway in today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this.